Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate it. Try to get back to the top of the list here so we can go through and say hello to everybody. Yeah, I know. I messed up like usual.
Hi, Loretta.
Hi, Loretta,
Willie.
Mr. Willie,
Zed.
Mary,
Mary.
KC,
Casey Jones.
hello, Brian,
Brian Ollier. Ollier. Sure. Hey,
hello,
Dave.
Dave,
DF Digger.
Mr. Shannon Dalton,
Hey, Shannon.
hello, Ken,
Hi, Ken. Thank you all for joining us. Hey, Workman's Adventures.
hello,
Hi,
Jessica.
Jessica.
We are waiting on our guest. She popped right
Popped
back
out.
off.
And she just popped in. There she is.
She's back in again. We want you all to welcome our special guest tonight.
Hi, Kat. Blonde one.
Hello, Kat. Miss Elisha
Hi,
from
Jay.
Hot Mess Fishin. Hi, Elisha. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry, I'm in the truck. I'm at my house, but my air conditioner is so loud that I decided that it's so hot that I couldn't turn it down. So I was like, I'll come out here in the truck. Sorry.
That's fine. Hi, Charlie.
Hi, T. Hi, Charlie.
We want to thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. We haven't
Thanks
ever
for
gotten to talk to you actually face to face. Hi,
Yeah.
Scott. And so I guess first up, you are one of Nocta's newest nomad. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. But yeah, it's really exciting. Like, I feel super blessed to have the opportunity. It's not, anything that I thought would ever happen to me, but it's a lot of fun, and it's been a really good experience so far.
Good.
So you get to try out all the new toys.
Well, I still haven't got the triple score, but it should be coming, or it should be shipping this week. So I guess it'll be getting here hopefully this week or next. But yeah, I get to play around with the stuff.
Okay, that would be awesome to get to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not real technical inclined.
Thank you, Jay. Sorry,
mixed up on them a lot, probably myself. But I guess they're probably similar.
They are similar. Yeah. So like the triple scores, they have the same 60, like the legend goes, up to 60. So do the double score and triple score and score, like they're all on the same VDI skit. Like it's not that hard with those two, but I still have my Simplex Plus, and that goes to 99. So then you have to kind of remember for a second. Like mainly you just quit paying attention to the numbers. You just listen for good tones. Because I don't even remember what like a nickel is or a dime is on the Simplex anymore. Like I used to know all the, coins, but now I just know like quarters. That's the only signal, the only VDI I know on a Simplex anymore. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's not as hard as you would think to bounce back between them, but
I've tried doing that with ours because I had the Vanquish 540 and then the Manicore, and they're the same way VDIs, and it throws me off.
Yeah, the Vanquish, the Knox go to 40, and the Manicore goes to 99, so it all changed.
Yeah, and then if you go from like a Garrett to a Mind Lab, or you switch like then it's all totally different tones and everything. You know what I mean? So it can be really different when you use a different machine. When I had an issue with mine, I had to use a different brand, and I was like, oh gosh, I still found stuff with it, but it was different. It was totally different.
It's like using an Android or an iPhone. The difference.
Oh yeah.
Those throws. I'm lost on an iPhone.
Yeah, it's got the Vanquish 540, and a friend of his has a Garrett. I can't remember what Garrett he had.
Hey, Jersey Ray.
Hi, Rachel. But he kept wanting my dad to try that Garrett, so he brought it over here one day to the house, and he's out there swinging it in the yard, and he said, I can't find nothing with this. He said, I don't know how you figure anything out. I said, but Dad, machine you would have started with
Yeah.
would know it just like you know the one you're using.
Yeah.
So the tones and everything was all different, but he used it maybe 5 minutes and he put it up. He said, well, I can tell him I use it now.
Yeah. Well, my first machine, it was not a good one. I don't talk bad about companies or anything like that. Just this particular one fell apart into 3 pieces. The first week I used it. So I used it a week and then got the Simplex. But the very first time I took it out, though, before I actually really got into detecting, I took it to the beach and I couldn't get a signal at all. And so, I couldn't get a pull tab or a bottle cap or, anything out there. And so finally I found there was a log that had something nailed in or screwed in at some point, because on both ends there was like a nail or screw. That's the only time I ever heard the machine make a sound, except for when I'd accidentally hit the sand. Then it would go boop, boop, it'd make a sound because I was knocking it into the ground. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I hadn't watched anybody on YouTube. Nobody told me how to do it. I don't think there were instructions with the machine. So
we've been detecting for, I don't know, a couple years now, probably. So it's still.
I feel like I remember when you started.
But when I would go to a volleyball court around here, I'd go to the beach mode. But after watching another guy's video, he said the beach mode was made for salt water, not for just regular water. Is what he said.
Like minerals in the sand and stuff like that. But I mean, this is my not logical answer, but there are some people who swear by using, it just really depends on your ground, but will swear by using beach mode in the backyard. You know what I mean? Like so it's not, I mean, you'll still find stuff, but like the more you use your machine, the more you're able to tune it, and figure out what settings work good for where you're at, And just because it works good for me in Kentucky doesn't mean it's going to work good for you. You know what I mean? So when people ask, like, oh, what settings are you using? I'm like, well, I'll tell you, but, this may not be good for you.
Hi, Jeremy.
Ficus and toast.
Yeah, I don't remember whose setting I'm using on my detector.
Is it iffy?
I don't remember if it was Iffy or if it was somebody. It might have been Iffy's.
I think it's iffy.
I got the coin shooting program, which I found jewelry. I found about everything with that.
Yeah.
And we've been out to Kansas 2 years or 3 years? 2 years, I guess. But I haven't changed my settings any because I pick things up just fine out there in Kansas, the same as I do here.
If you found something that works good for you, then stick with it. I tell people that all the time. Like I was helping people at an event with their legend, and I was like, look, this will, because they were new to it. They'd never used it at all. I said, this is going to help you in the seated hunt right here. You'll be able to find stuff. I said, but it's also going to help you. I use the same settings and I get relics really deep. You know what I mean? So like, it's still going to work. You know what I mean? Like it really, it's just, if you find something that's working good for you, stick with it. Why not?
Yeah, I set hers up on the same program and she'll find some stuff. Stopping before or after as usual. Awesome, Rachel.
Glad to hear it, Rachel.
Yeah, that's good news.
So Rachel will be back and running next Wednesday it'll be 6:30 Central Time for us. We're going to use beach mode for relic hunting on the D2. Yeah. I try different things, but I've saved that one. But I'll set hers up identical to mine, and she's like, I can't find nothing with it. And then I'll find something. She's mad. I said, well, it's not.
I still find stuff, but I don't know. I think
it's
I
just.
understand. If you don't find something, it gets frustrating. But you got to get your coil over it in order to find something. So I get
That's
it.
what I tell her. It's just been the luck of the draw lately that I'm going over the spot where that thing is.
Yeah.
Miss Loretta, thank you for coming in. That's like my silver spill I found. If she had went over that spot, she would have found it before I did.
Yeah.
But it's like he's drawn to all of that.
I know what you mean. Like I've been detecting with people like several times, especially when I was newer, and it'd be like, you know what I mean? I'm like, what the heck? Like, so I was in Colorado once with Juice, and I was hunting somewhere, and he came up like 2 feet, but not even 2 feet behind me, and found a gold ring, 24 karat gold ring right behind me. And it wasn't that I'd walked over it; it was that I was walking up to the sidewalk and then was going to go along the sidewalk. But then he came this other way and found a ring like right there. I could have hit him with my detector.
Yeah.
I was like, "What the heck?"
It usually happens to me. He'll be on his way to me to show me something, and then on his way back to his area, he'll swing and find something. I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah.
We were in the park one day, and of course I do the filming. She doesn't film, and she had found a wheat penny. So I'm going over there to film the wheat penny, and she's like, "You might as well detect out here with me." So it ain't like 2 minutes, and I found a silver quarter. And she's like, "Hi, Danny boy." Or one day we was at a park, and she went around this little, there was a slide, and then it had like a wood around it, you know. So she went around the outside edge of that, and I go up there. She said, "I've already been around there." I'm like, "Okay." And as I go to turn, beep, 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 I pull out.
Oh, no.
She's like, "I was just there."
Well, when hopefully I'm seeing you at the Show Me Hunt. I'm hoping that that's going on. I will make sure to find you and take you under my wing and make sure that if there's anything I can do to help you, like whether it be like something to improve with your swing or, you know what I mean, something like that. Don't be offended. Don't think I'm telling you how to do something. I'm just trying to help you out so you can start, showing him up a little bit.
Well, it's like it goes in
I think
parts.
I should leave him at home. That's what.
No, yeah, there you go. No, I want to meet both of you.
That's how it goes. It's like in spurts because, when we first started detecting in our backyard, she didn't like the way I detected. I didn't like the way she did. So she's digging a plug, and I said, "Let me see the detector a minute." I go up, and I pulled up a 1900 Indian head penny in our backyard.
Oh,
I got in trouble for that.
yep.
And then we started hitting parks and places, and she had found 4 silver dimes, and my dad had found 3, and I had yet to find silver. And I'm like, I'm never going to find silver.
Oh,
Once he did, he's not stopped.
yeah. You go on like, I don't know how to say it, but it seems like it hits in waves with silver and stuff like that. Like once you find it, you like start finding it for a while. Like I'm due for some silver. I can't remember.
I am too. Last thing
I can't remember when my last silver was, but
Wow, that's crazy, Scott. Kid found a $500.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
That's awesome. Your best buddy taking cheesecake. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I love cheesecake.
I like cheesecake too. Have you ever had I guess you could say I love it. Just depends on which kind. But have you had the one that's I think it's Philadelphia, that comes in the bowl? It's like ready made already. It's sold by the cream cheese at Walmart or Kroger or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. It's already made in a bowl. I can eat it with a spoon, like straight out of the bowl. Like
yeah.
That stuff is so good. I just didn't know if you'd had it before or not.
I find her keepers. Hi, Luis. Yeah.
Hi, guys.
I can make myself sick with that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then, so my birthday was 7/11, so I just turned 40. But I had my Costco cake, which is my favorite cake, and it's filled with cheesecake. I don't know if you've ever had it or not, but it's got cheesecake filling. Cake, cheesecake filling, cake, then icing all over it. It's so good.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary knows I love cheesecake, and Mary loves cheesecake too. So
oh my goodness.
every once in a while, Mary sends me cheesecake recipes.
Yep.
One time my mom asked me if I'd been eating butter, like when I was younger. She was like, "What is that?" She's like, "What's on your bread?" She was like, "Were you eating butter out of the fridge?" And I was like, "No." I was sucking on soy sauce though. But I don't know why she thought that smelled like butter, but she like called me out for like eating something. I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
It was soy sauce.
Me too, Rachel. I love chocolate cake and ice cream.
Costco does make amazing cakes, you're right?
Yeah, I'll have to try one of those. I have not tried one. I like butter too, not margarine. Real butter is
Trying to
good.
get on our live in case I need to make moderators.
Mhm.
Well, I'm trying to be a good because I got a call from the doctor the other day and said my blood, whatever, was 7.4. So
Pre-diabetic.
Oh yeah.
I've been trying to be a good boy.
Yeah.
Been good.
I need to be a good girl, but I need to finish my Costco cake first. We celebrated my birthday a little bit late, so I still have my leftover cake, and like I got to finish that first.
Have you tried
Dill
the
pickle cheesecake?
No,
Ew.
dill pickle cheesecake?
She sent me that recipe, I think.
Oh, yucky.
I'd still
That
have,
sounds good.
Charlie,
I'd still have to try it.
it's your A1C.
Yeah, and they give me a medication to take. And my brother-in-law said his is 7.8, which is higher than mine. And he said they said just keep an eye on what you eat. Don't worry about it.
Different.
No,
Different doctors. So,
different doctors, maybe different insurance. You never know.
That's good stuff, Shannon. Salted butter on a slice of bread.
but Brittany, when she lived here, she would take a whole stick of butter in her bedroom and eat a whole stick of butter. It was crazy how much butter that kid could eat.
Oh my gosh.
The other thing I got in trouble for when I was a kid, this is so awful. We were having my sister, we were having my sister's birthday party, and mom was home making the cake, right? And she's like, "Where's the icing?" Because she knew she bought like the box and she bought the cake or the cake icing. She's like, "I can't find the icing," so she's looking everywhere for it, and so I didn't realize that was for my sister's birthday. She bought it early and I had taken the cake ice and hidden it in my room. I was eating it out of it. So like my aunt had to go like pick it up in town to bring it to my sister's birthday party so she could have icing on her cake.
I thought,
Too.
yeah. That kid,
Loved cake icing.
when she
Yeah.
lived here, didn't weigh 90 pounds, but my goodness, she could eat. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
a decent sized turkey one time. It was probably a 16, 18 pound turkey. And I smoked it. Hi, Joseph. Not tonight, buddy. We took half the breast and cut it off, and me and her and Brittany ate on it, and there was a little bit left off that half breast, but we still had the whole bird other than half the breast. I'm at work all day thinking about how delicious that smoked turkey is. I come home, I open the fridge, and I'm looking, and she said, "Well, look, that turkey." She took it in her room and ate it all.
Oh,
The rest of that breast, the other breast, half of the breast, the wings, the legs, everything. And she said, "When you smoking another one?" I said, "Not as long as you live in here. I'm not.
oh man.
Work for me to get 2 bites."
Yeah. That's funny.
So
So
that
Where-
event, I think we've got her conned into going now. And one
yeah,
of
I
her
hope so.
were
I'll be heartbroken at that.
the tokens. What are the tokens made out of? Are they just like painted pennies or?
And I don't know if they'll keep them the same or if they'll change it up. You know what I mean? Because some places like to keep you on your toes and like not, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so that you don't know. They'll probably be the same. I'm not sure, but they're like I don't remember what they're made out of, but I think they rang up like a quarter or something like that. But they're like maybe aluminum. I don't know what they were, but
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that it rang up as almost like a quarter signal.
Okay.
They have different types of tokens and stuff like that in the ground too. So I can't say that that's 100% what it's going to be, but they're probably going to keep that kind of the same because they have like so many of them and they print numbers on them. So, you know what it correlates with, what prize it is. So those will probably be the same. But then there's like American Digger has coins out there that's for like subscriptions to their magazine, stuff like that. They have like money tokens that are like for $50, $100, stuff like that too. So basically you hear a sound, you dig it if you're in that seated area for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
and you'll catch on pretty quickly if you're not already aware at first. But like, if it's something that's seeded, it's going to be like boop, boop, boop. Like it's not going to be that deep. You know what I mean? Like you're going to know. It's not going to be like, oh, this weird scratchy signal. Like, is there? You know what I mean? Because I mean, it's a natural field. Like we were finding natural finds in the middle of the seeded field, but if you're thinking this like sounds like a crappy, I don't know, I mean, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
You're probably right. But I mean, like you still dig can signals. I'm trying to think of a better example. If you think it's like a nail, it probably is.
Yeah.
But like they have a really good seeded hunt, but I am looking forward to the natural hunt just as much or more. Like I dream about it since we left there. Like that's all I can think about is like where we didn't get to get to. And like they've got it, they've got cameras, all this stuff to where nobody's getting in on that property while we're not there. And so nobody's hunting it. Like it's still going to be there, left how we left it. And we didn't scratch the surface on those natural finds. And there were so many Civil War finds and old coins and just all kinds of stuff. Like there's like a ghost town and like old colonial houses and I can't remember what all was on there right now. The Trail of Tears was there. There's just so much stuff that was going on, and Civil War skirmish lights and picket lines, just all kinds of stuff. Like we were finding so much stuff. Like I can't wait to go back. We barely scratched the surface, and they're adding more fields on, so they're adding more acreage.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I seen in the picture somebody had a cannonball.
Oh yeah, there's cannonball. There was several double barrel shotguns that were found, and the eagle breastplates. There was powder flask. There was I can't even remember what. There was so much stuff that was found. Tons of bullets that were not seeded, like they were definitely natural. Just so much stuff. So much. There was a pair of handcuffs out there. I don't know what that was all about, but just random stuff. But
That's awesome.
I wanted to go this last year, but it just wasn't in the cards for us to go. Because we had her mom for like 4 months, and then we couldn't leave the house for any amount of time. We couldn't leave. We could run to the store for maybe 30 minutes and come back. That situation was taken care of. When they found a place for her, it was in Kansas City, which is about 3 hours for us. So we'd go up there every other weekend, drive all the way to Kansas City, all the way back. And now she's 5 minutes away. So that's made things easier.
Yeah. She's doing well there.
That's good. That's really good news.
Mm-hmm.
And that you got to take care of what, like family first, you know what I mean? Like, there's tons of hunts later, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Always time for that stuff, but families first. So.
Yeah, my buddy showed me, Chris, that U.S. piece that he found. That was sweet. Yeah,
he's in my video with that. I wasn't standing next to him when he uncovered that one. We kind of had near each other some, but there's just so much there. I can't remember what was like 1,200 acres. So like, you could definitely like lose sight of, where somebody is for, hours or anything like that. But I was beside several people when they found like really amazing stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, like it just kept like shocking me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And from our experience, just even around these parks, we can go back over places we've been before and still find things. You miss stuff.
Oh yeah. And different things too, like the weather changes it. So the more rain you get, the more conductive the stuff is in the ground. So like right now it's so dry here that anywhere I'm hunting now, I'm definitely going back after it rains so that I can see what else is down there that, wasn't coming through right now.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of rain, but I think it was her first silver dime she found.
Aww.
We went back like a year later, and we'd been around that area. She found it. I mean, not once or twice, probably 15, 20 times we'd been around that. So one day we're back at that park, and I said, I'm going to head back over there where you found your silver dime. Well, we had hunted that to death. Not 5 foot from there, I dug a silver quarter. And me, her, and my dad had all three been over that spot countless times.
Mm.
It was at the right angle and the right conditions, and boy, it just sung.
Yeah.
I dug that out, and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, too much rain
Hi, Nate.
is bad too.
I'm a big movie fan.
Can't stand getting all muddy.
And the ground changes like after it freezes. So like if you're, up there when you're, having winter months that you can't get your shovel in, like it changes, the stuff that's in the ground as well. So it kind of helps move things around in there, makes things pop out there. And there's just like tons of different reasons. If you watch people when they swing, like if you really want to grid, you know what I mean? You got to overlap your swing every time, you know what I mean? Because if you're just like walking and swinging, well, you're missing like a triangle of each amount, on each side. So like, that's another reason why, you can walk right behind her and like be like, oh, I found something. It's because your swing went in that triangle where her swing didn't, But
we did that last year. Tri Valley Brian had a seated hunt, and we're all in a line, and it's just I don't know, it was an acre field, maybe it wasn't a big field. We're all in the line, and we're going up through there, and I dug like 3 or 4 or 5 silver dimes, just bam, bam, bam. So the guy behind me jumps right in front of me, and I mean he's flying, and I'm going right behind him, pulling up dime after dime after dime, and he's looking at me like, "How come I'm not hitting these and you are?"
Hey, Greyhound Duo.
And I'm thinking,
thanks for coming in.
Well, you're going fast. Have you ever met Shane, Ohio River History?
Yeah, I've met Shane. I've hunted with him.
The first time, of course, we were new to detecting, and I had a spot, had a permission, and he come down and ended up FL Thunderding with Rob come down for a day and dug with us. But when we got to this permission, Shane is almost at a dead run going across this field, swinging 100 miles an hour, and I'm thinking, man, I'm doing this all wrong. I'm going way too slow. So I started going really fast like Shane was, because I thought that's how I was supposed to detect, because I was to it. And then I realized I got to go at my pace. That's how Shane detects, and that's how he has luck. But I've slowed way down, and I have a lot more luck, because kind of like you say, I don't want to take a step and miss a foot swath. I want to cover every bit of the ground as I'm going through there.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, so some people think like you got to go low and slow, and some people prefer the fast, and it depends too. Like in seated hunts, people will swing different than they swing, sometimes naturally. But like with my machine, I know that I can change the recovery speed. So this is probably getting a little too technical, but I can turn my recovery speed up if I want to be like beep, 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 you know what I mean? Like to hear the different things close to each other. But you can turn it down and you'll get more depth out of your machine. And then when I'm doing that, then I'll swing slower than when I'm swinging with the higher recovery speed, because the higher recovery speed means it's going to catch it quicker. You know what I mean? Like, whereas if I turn it down, then I'm going slower, because it's not got that same, I don't know, recovery speed warning or whatever to let you know, like, here's this target and this target, like.
Yeah, that was, well, the first time we went out there, it was a natural hunt, but he planted some stuff.
Jody.
And then we went back last year to a seated hunt, and he's having another one this year that we're going to.
Yeah.
But when we didn't know what to expect. We'd never been to a seated hunt, and everybody lines up, and then he blows the horn. I mean, people's going like going down the interstate, and I'm like, holy cow, this is crazy. But I think
it's crazy how fast the field can get cleaned out in those seated hunts. The show me hunt's totally different, because it's so spread out. So it's not, you know what I mean? Like they do 4 fields each day, and there's like, I don't even know how many acres are in that amount, but I mean, like, you can't see, the entire field, like from where you're standing. You can't see the entire areas that are seated. It's like and it's flat, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit different at that hunt. It's not quite so like, and everybody on top of each other, like I've been going to a lot of events recently, and so it's not like any other one that I've seen.
Hi, Jim Steele. Yeah, I'm excited. Like I say, we really wanted to go to the last one, and
do you need a drink?
Maybe, please.
Greyhound Duo.
Greyhound Duo, do you see what Reese up there? we try once a month to do a members giveaway, and they won. And we try to keep addresses down, but we don't have their address.
Huh.
Are there like a lot of people there, Elisha?
I think they're capping it off next year at 300.
Oh, really?
So it sounds like a lot, but you got to think of, I just said that we had 1,200 acres last year and they're adding like 500 acres this year onto that. So there's plenty of room. You know what I mean? Like you don't see the same people like all day long. You know what I mean? Like, cause it's just, you're so spread out.
Makes me
Thank
sick
you.
to my stomach.
Yeah, she has a trouble with crowds.
Anxiety.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I'll be there, and you kind of know me. Like we've talked on YouTube for years, and you can just like
All right. I just keep my head down and concentrate on what I'm doing.
Yeah, Rachel, I saw it. 6:30, I believe. Oh, I don't forgot. I already hid myself. If I'm not mistaken, Rachel goes at 6:30 Central, so it's probably 7:30 her time. Rachel said she has anxiety, believe it or not. I'm not. I can talk to anybody, anywhere. I've always been that way.
yeah.
And when Brittany used to live here, we went somewhere one time. I forget now where we were. A long ways from home, and I ran into somebody I knew. And she said, "Do you know everybody?" I said, "Not yet, but I'm working on it." 7:30 Eastern time. Okay. So make sure you go over next Wednesday and show Rachel some love.
Oh my gosh.
Shot a gun to start it, cracked me up. They were running every direction like nuts. Yeah, seated hunts are different, T. People, they fly.
Yeah.
I was going faster than I normally do, but I still wasn't going outrageously fast because I've still got to go my speed.
Well, a good hunt has enough stuff in the ground that even if you're not like that, you're still finding stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been to several, so like I've seen all different types and stuff like that. But a good hunt would be one that you can have complete beginners who, you know, don't know machine at all, you know, out there still being successful and finding stuff, along with your people who are more seasoned and like.
I'm trying to remember after that seated hunt Brian had last year. When people left, we said, "Can we go back over to the field?" He's like, "Sure." I'm sure everything wasn't found. And I'm going my slow snail pace, and I get a deep signal. And I dug down there. It had to be a foot plus.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the date, but it's like a 1938 or 1928 St. Louis World Fair token.
Oh, yeah.
And Brian said, "I can't believe you found that. As deep as it was, as many people has been over this field because it had 2 hunts there. Plus him and his brother had hunted it out." But I want to find a seated coin.
Me too. I've never been sat down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bucket lister for me.
My coin spill that I got in Wisconsin with the Walking Liberty half, that was definitely a dream come true for me. Hi, Gramps. But I now want to find a seated dime or something, or a half dime. That may never happen, but
yeah,
I want to do.
I found a prime in Virginia, a 3-cent piece.
Somebody's
like,
after that person.
yeah, I was assuming somebody probably did. I know we can't see it on our end, but yeah, the Trom is actually smaller than the halftime. It's the smallest coin we've ever had.
That would be another one that would be cool to find.
I got some bucket listers today, but I didn't get any coins. I mean, that's a lot. I got 1 penny from like 1977, and then I got like two state quarters, I guess.
We find a lot of clad. And
I think you blocked the wrong person.
Did I?
Yeah, that's Ken and T.
Oh, sorry, T.
But I'm sure one of your other mods can see it and undo it.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, that's why I let you know, because I knew it was an accident.
Now I don't know how to undo it.
Any of your mods can do it.
It's unhidden by Mary. Thank you, Mary.
Okay.
I was trying to ban them for life, and
Yeah, no. So I was like, wait, no, not them.
sorry, T. It was an accident. I was trying to ban them forever. It moved just as I clicked. Only found 1 seated quarter, 13 years detecting. Elisha only found 1 SLQ. That was found her first year detecting.
My first silver coin was a Standing Liberty quarter. That was my first silver.
I haven't found one. We went to a park this little ways from us one day. We were detecting, and it's got a cabin there that had been moved there. It was the original courthouse of this county. We hadn't been there 5 minutes. I found a barber dime, and Risha found 2 or 3 Wheaties. I think I ended up finding a Wheatie, and some older gentleman pulled in, and he's laughing at us. He says, "You ain't gonna find nothing here." He said, "This has been detected for years, hard."
Challenge accepted.
But we'd already found that stuff, I'd found the barber quarter and all that, and I said, "Well, we're going to have fun and try anyway." And then we visited for a little while, and he left. So about 6 months later, we decided to go back to that park. And as we were talking about earlier, she's 80 yards away from me, and she found something. And I said, "I'll come film it." And she said, "Well, no hurry." So I turned to go that way, and I get this signal. And this is when we first got the Manicore. And I'm looking at the screen, and it's showing a bunch of trash, but it's also showing that perfect little circle. And I heard that tone, and I'm like, I got to dig it. And it was a barber quarter that I dug out. So I'm like, I can't believe that. So this guy said it's hunted out.
Sorry, I didn't see him.
Yeah, well, I did kind of late.
Hey, Olin.
Thank you, Danny boy. Yeah, that's true. Just like my coin spill, that's something I've dreamed about myself, and I thought that's never going to happen. And here we are in Wisconsin at this park, and this tree isn't this big around, and I love going around trees. And I go around the side of it, and I pull out that Merc. I filled the hole back in. I cleaned it up. I went and showed her, and I walked back over there and went over it again. And I'm like, there's another signal there. So I dig the hole back out. I pull another Merc out, and I'm showing her, and I still got the hole dug. And here she comes over and runs her detector over, and then we end up pulling another Merc and a silver quarter and that Walking Liberty half. And I just I couldn't believe it. 5 silvers out of that hole, and it was just I'll never forget. Even if I get old timers, I think I'll still.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That was an awesome fun. It was a good video too. I was sitting there like, oh my gosh, there's more coming out. There's more.
Yeah, she was wanting to find a gold ring.
I've been trying hard. I've been digging so much junk.
And I think that's
That's
why.
the thing with the looking for a gold ring. You're gonna dig junk because it really seems like other stuff. Like sounds like things that are definitely not gold rings. Pull tabs and all kinds of stuff.
Hi, Olin. Yeah, that's why Juice, I think, finds so many rings because he digs so much trash. But,
Yeah.
He digs a ton of trash for each ring he finds.
I'm telling you what, there's a ton of rings in the ground in Colorado. When I was up there, I found a bunch of rings. My thoughts on this, and I could be wrong, is it's cold up there a lot. It's snow and all this different stuff. You know how your rings fall off. Not only is it cold, they're very active in Colorado. They have so many parks with like places for you to walk around. Whatever. Like the people there are more active than where I live, and so I think that they're just out more during the cold time, and they're dropping their fingers. Dropping their fingers. I'd be able dropping the rings off their fingers. But that's my theory. I don't know what it is, but there's like a bunch of rings in Colorado. Look how many totally gnarly Jesse finds. He finds a bunch of rings up there too.
My first gold ring actually was 2, and they were soldered together with gold. We were at a park down this little back road, and it was trees everywhere, and they had a tiny tot lot. Hi, Clay.
Hey, Clay.
Hey, Clay.
Clay's at an air show. That's awesome, Clay. I've
That's
seen a
cool.
couple of clips.
Have fun.
And I dug that out, and I'm like, no way. And she comes over there, and she says, are those gold? And I said, well, they sure look like it. And we cleaned them up. It was, I guess, a wedding band and a wedding ring that's been soldered together. Of course, no way of knowing who they belong to.
Yeah.
Now, little out-of-the-way park.
It was tiny.
Yeah, tiny ring. Why is it here? Because there can't be that many people go to that
I
park.
think it's an older
Yeah.
one.
But it's possible that nobody ever detected that little park because it's so tiny and out of the way. Nobody thought about it.
Maybe. Yeah, you never know. Like sometimes you could just tell when you hit a place that's not been, you're like, there's no way this could have been detected. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's always fun.
Tell her we said hi, Clay.
Yeah.
So real quick, we're going to let Miss Elisha talk about something.
Yeah.
And if you all can help, it would be appreciated. And if you can't, we understand. But thoughts and prayers always help.
I'm going to drop the link in the chat real quick to go along with the story that I'm telling about. I don't know if are you on your, well, you don't have to, maybe somebody else can reshare this or I can reshare it, but I was going to say, maybe you could pin it on your YouTube on your phone. Not like we're doing with these on the StreamYard, but at the top of the chat, just have it pinned. But if not, I can drop it again. But so I'm putting a link in chat right now. And what this is a GoFundMe. So anybody that watches my channel or was there Friday night for my live stream, you'll already know what this GoFundMe is about. But there is a lady in the metal detecting community. Her name is Ashley Griffin. And so first I'll tell you how I know her. So I found a channel on YouTube when they were very small, and the channel was Relic Rat, which is Recovering Artifacts Together. It's one of my favorite channels on YouTube. Just he finds like really awesome old relics and stuff like that. I feel like I'm watching family. I don't know. There's just always been some kind of connection to this channel. But so anyway, he was out metal detecting with Ashley. And so Ashley doesn't have a channel or anything like that, but you can see her metal detecting on his channel and her kids metal detect on his channel. Said that wrong, but anyway, the kids have even done like ring recoveries and gave them back on his videos, all this different stuff. So anyway, Ashley was out metal detecting with Cliff, which is the main guy there for Relic Rat, and another guy, they call him Uncle Marty. And while she was metal detecting, she found a thimble, which was her first. It was a bucket lister. She's real excited about it. That's going to be in an upcoming video. But right after that, when Cliff was going back to go, back to detecting, she dropped dead while she was out there detecting. And she's 36 years old. She has 2 kids. They're 10 years old and 12 years old, a little boy and a little girl. And that GoFundMe link that's right there, I'm trying to share it anywhere that I can because it's money that they're putting together to give to her kids and her husband. And so, if you can't do anything, I understand. I get it. Like, I've spent a lot of my life not having extra money to be able to help out. If you can share the link anywhere, if you can share my video that I put out Friday, that was a live stream where we were raising money for them. Anything like that'll help. If you just keep them in thoughts and prayers, that's definitely good as well. Like, but yeah, so I've just been trying to help them as much as I can. I didn't get to meet Ashley, but I chatted with her, I commented with her on Facebook a little bit, and almost got the opportunity to get to go down and detect with her, and I didn't get to make it down there, so I missed out on. Sorry, I don't know if I just realized I'm not sure if I'm connected to this internet or not. Sorry. Is it being weird now?
No.
Okay, good. I was like, just let me know, because like the truck has internet, so like I was on it and then it died, I guess, from sitting here so long, and I was like, I had to lose my internet. Sorry. Yes. So the link is on Jersey Ray's Facebook as well. It's also on the Relic Rat Facebook group. You can find it on my Facebook, which is Hot Mess Fishin. But anything helps. Any little bit will help. And if you're, I don't know why you would need to do it this way, but I've had some people who did send it to me. My Cash App is the same as my name that's on the screen, the Hot Mess Fishin, but it's all one word. So it's $ hot with 2 T's, no G on fishin'. But you can send it there. And then I've got money that I said after this live, I talked to him that I would post on there for all of us, for anybody who sends it there.
You can share it on your community page.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you can't give and you can share it somewhere, you can share it on your community tab, your Facebook, just people you know, anything like that, then that is greatly appreciated.
Hi, Jen. So look at these 2 hot mamas on the screen and beard.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Yodi. Hi, Julie. Hi, Lucky Duck. Yeah, so we understand if you can't donate, but if you share it out on your, Risha's already shared it out on her Facebook. And after the live, she sent me the link. I will share it out on my community page and on my Facebook, and help any way we can. You can share it out. Keep them in your prayers, your thoughts, well wishes.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Anything and everything helps. The prayers and wishes and all that stuff, definitely they need that just as much. But so there'll be a video coming out either Friday or next Friday, I think. That is going to be the video that was her last day out there hunting. And I told him, I said, I think that that's a great way to honor her life. I think she would, want them to keep going out, making videos, keep detecting, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I would, you know what I mean? Like, I see this weird little blessing in the fact that she went quick and she went doing something she loved, and she had just found something that made her so excited. You know what I mean? Like, there was a blessing in it, but there's still kids left behind. And
yeah. That's sad. But like you say, she went doing what she loved. We could all only hope to do so much as that.
Yeah.
And you said she was what, 36?
36 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
And the autopsy has not came back yet, so we don't know, but it was quick. It was real quick. And they think, it could be, aneurysm or embolism or, something like that. Whatever it was, it just gone. And they did everything they could to try to save her, but sorry, that's yeah. Somebody was asking what they were donating to. I'll put it back on there again. The reason why it says the link is weird like that tiny URL thing, that's because YouTube blocks the GoFundMe link. If you put that link, if you click on that right there, that'll send you where to pay. Like that's where you can donate. The other thing is if you donate on, if you're not familiar with it, it will ask you how much of a tip you want to tip GoFundMe. So if you scroll that down to 0, all the money goes to the family. If you leave it where it is, it's like 19%, or I don't remember what it was, but it's some high percentage that just goes to GoFundMe. So take that off. Like they don't need that tip.
Yeah, Jen, she was out detecting with her husband and just found a thimble she was excited about and then just passed away.
Yeah. She was detecting with Relic Rat. He's an older guy. Like I guess they're family friends is what their relationship would be. Yeah, like I think her husband has detected with them before, but it was just her that day with him and Uncle Marty. But next Friday, yeah, that's what I was thinking, because originally he had said 3 weeks, and then I talked to him in messages last night or this morning, I can't remember, and he was saying that it'd be like a week, I think. So it won't be tomorrow, but it'll be, yeah, that would be right, 3 weeks. So it'll be a week from Friday that her last video will be out there.
Okay, Jen, thank you. Excuse me.
Yes, thank you. But what I was saying was, yeah, like, so the reason why it's tiny URL is because you can't drop the link for GoFundMe in the chat. It won't make it clickable. You can't go to it if you put a GoFundMe link in there. So I had to go on there and make a tiny URL link, but it'll still take you to the actual GoFundMe page, and you'll see that it's legit.
Okay.
Well, that's awesome you doing that for the family.
I just wanted to help out, any way that I could. Like, it couldn't have been to a nicer group of people. Like, I mean, I know people always say that kind of stuff, but seriously, if you watch those videos, you'll see, like, I mean, this guy that has a channel, like, he dresses up for Christmas as Santa Claus. You know what I mean? Like, he's a sweet old guy. Like, but yeah, just I wanted to be able to help any way that I could. So, and thank you for letting me be on here and mention it.
Yeah, welcome.
You're welcome. We try to help everybody any way we can and help promote each other, and in situations like this, help get the word out.
Yeah.
We want to build our YouTube channel, but we also help others build their channels, and we also want to help people. That's our main goal, is helping others. If we get 0 subscribers and you get 2 million, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Glad that I could be a part of your journey. We just if we don't help each other, who's going to help us? We got to look out for each other and help each other.
Hi, Julie.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll put that link to that channel in here. And then if you also look that up on Facebook, you'll see he has a group on there as well. But the videos are here. There you go. There's the link to the channel.
There you go, Dave.
Cool.
Elisha and Rachel both put it up there. So what's the chances of you making it to Wisconsin next year, young lady?
So I'm really hoping to. I haven't talked to my friend that I would need to go with in order to make it up there yet, but we're going to a hunt together in September. We're going to Dig Fest, and so if I haven't brought it to her by then, I'll be talking to her about it then for sure. But I think she will want to go. So I don't know, I can't say that we are for sure because I don't know her schedule, but if she's willing, then I can definitely go with her. If I have to go on my own gas money, we'll see if I can make it. If somebody else is coming through and I can go with, then heck yeah, I'll be down. But but I would love to go. I want to go. Like,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you in March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we do they have like a Cash App thing that we send our entry fee to, or how does that work?
They do have Cash App. Yeah. Did I send you the group, or are you on the group already on Facebook?
We're on the group already, yeah.
Yeah. If nothing else, you can just go in there and say, how do I pay? You know what I mean? Like they'll answer you. But I can send it to you if not. But it's Mitch and Renita. You can ask either of them that are in the group. You'll see them posting a lot.
Okay.
So did you go to any of the ghost towns, or did you just mainly stay around the Civil War sites?
So I missed the actual ghost town hunting any of it. I wasn't sure where it was. They do have signs. They have a map. They have all this different stuff. I'll give you this warning. There's no service there. You're going to have no cell phone service at the hunt spot. So like when they do the token, like when you turn your tokens in, and all that stuff, you go into to a city park in town. And when I say town, it's country, it's little, you know what I mean? But there's service there. And so we didn't have service on our phones there. So I was trying to take a picture of a map that they had, at the table up there or whatever in order to figure it all out. But they have, since it's so big, they have a couple of ATVs, and they've got a tractor with a wagon, like a hayride type thing that you can go, and they'll take you. You just get on and you just tell them what stop you want to go to, and they'll, drive you around or whatever. And then you have to catch them when they're driving back around if you want to ride back, or you have to walk back. But how do I get more info on the hunt? It's the Show Me Pro-Am hunt. And it's on Facebook is where I think it's the only place that I know of for the hunt. If you want to see what last year's event was like, I have a 20 or 30-minute video on my channel. That's the whole wrap up from all of that, with a lot of people's finds on there, and just give you an idea what it's like.
Yeah,
I'm not promoting it for them or anything like that. I just that's my favorite hunt ever, and I can't wait to go back. So I'll tell anybody about it.
I've looked at a lot of the pictures of the finds, and it's just kind of blows you away. Like you said, there's all kinds of Civil War bullets, and the handcuffs, and the cannonballs, and the breastplates, and all that. It's just
box plates and buckles and buttons and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to hype her up about it, but she's getting more excited about it. I think it helps that she knows you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll be out there hunting that one. I'm not working that event. I'm a hunter. I'm just, I'll be out there. I told him, I said, that's the one hunt that I'm going to say no to. I told him, I said, that'll be nice. I'll go over to the table, might give somebody a break for a minute, or, something like that. I was like, but please, no, I don't want to work that one. It's I'll work any other event. I was like, but, I just, you're limited to how much time you're there. You got 2 days, and, you're only on the field from X amount of time to X amount of time. And, I want as much of that with my machine to the ground as I can get.
Yeah. Chris was saying they had, was it 2 gold $20 coins they gave away last year or something like that?
Yeah, so there were these tokens that said gold on them, they were stamped with the word gold on them, and they did this thing where they put everybody up front and you picked a card. So he had a deck of cards with 10 cards in his hand, and they picked all the cards, and then he had a matching set of those in his hand, and he called out the ace of spades or whatever it was. And so when that person's card got called, that meant they were out of the running. But because they'd found a gold coin thing, they still got a really good prize. So it kept going up, as the longer you stayed in, the better your prize was. So at the first, it might be a silver $50. I don't really remember what it was, but then it just kept going up, different things, oh, here's a peace dollar here, you know what I mean, all this stuff, until it got to the final 2. And then when they called the winner on that one, the winner could choose. and that they did this both days, but you could choose whether you wanted to get the gold bar thing, or if you wanted to come free next year, you could pick. And then whichever one you didn't pick, the person who got second place, they got the other prize you didn't claim. Thank you, Jen.
I'll see if I can find the.
I would probably have to take the gold.
Right? Yeah. Both days they picked the gold first.
Yeah, I can't blame them for that. That's just like, a lot of people do giveaways and they give away silver. I just can't part with silver.
Oh yeah.
Or gold.
Okay.
Were you looking for the hunt on Facebook? Was that what?
Yeah.
Is that the wrong one?
I'll share it there. I think I did.
Okay, you got it.
I shared the group.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like 1,500 acres or something they have, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Jackson?
Hey, Jackson.
But hopefully you can make the event next year also.
Yeah.
You'll know more and that's why we're letting people know about it this early, so they can start making plans.
Yeah.
Put a little. Hi, Ghost
Hey,
Nancy.
Nancy.
So I can put a little bit of money back here and there and try to save for the trip.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Workmans.
Yeah. Well, I'm planning to make that. What was the date on the event?
It's June 21st and 22nd.
Okay, I just got to make sure that I don't agree to work any hunts. You know what I mean? I got to make sure that I put that in the calendar, so that I keep that open.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to so I've discovered so I have Rusty Magnet's old Rusty Magnet, and it works, but I've discovered that I need a better magnet. So I now have one of the little claw things, but I've never used it. I'm still nervous about that, but I need a better, a 360, you know what I mean? I need something from Kratos, but because I can get stuff and I'll pick it up, but sometimes I get it and then it just falls off, you know what I mean? And so then my friend Claudia, she got a better magnet and she can pick it up, you know what I mean? And I'm like, hey,
yeah.
No, I need a better magnet.
Well, that's the thing about this event.
We all have magnets that you can use to see which one you like. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, we've only got 8 or 9 360 magnets.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
So
Yeah, so what were you saying?
Have a magnet and you want to throw a magnet?
Mary said, guess what's for dessert?
We'll have magnets. There's going to be a lot of people there with more than one magnet.
Yeah.
You can throw and have fun. I know, Mary, you're having cheesecake for dessert. We go to this little restaurant and eat, and I've been eating eggs or the steak or something like that. And they got this big old thing full of cake and cheesecake and pies. And I sat there and stared at that thing the whole time we're there.
Well, after all this cheesecake talk, I'm going to go in there and tear up my little birthday cake with the cheesecake filling in it.
Did you make her a mod?
Yes. I think we need to go to Mount Vernon and get a twist cone for me.
Thank you.
How mean she is.
I didn't see a thing.
Thank you, Gramps.
Yes, thank you.
There are tons of waterway in that area and big conservation area with wild elk and tons of fun for a vacation.
That's awesome.
Did you see Ken's message?
She is still timed out.
Oh no.
Hi, Nick.
Yeah, if I had went in then I could have fixed it, but now I think you might have to go to, if she is still timed out, you may have to go to studio to do it.
Okay.
What's a buddy cake?
They were unhidden by Mary.
Oh,
But if it's hidden or timed out, I wonder if
did you time out and block, or did you just block?
Well,
I'm glad I didn't see
rid
you.
of them, but I accidentally hit T.
you might have blocked.
Right. Well, I know you blocked her, but Mary unblocked her, but I don't know if you timed her out because I didn't see that. Like, I wasn't on the YouTube side; I was on the StreamYard. Hey, Richie.
Unhide user. There you go. Unhide user in this channel. Okay, hopefully.
Try that, T. See if I fixed it.
Hey, Mark.
The bird hunter.
Hi, Clay.
Okay, it says
Hi, Mark.
county seat was unhidden by iron antler. So
Yeah, T. See if that works. I apologize again.
So
I was
sorry.
trying to get rid of that bug that was in here.
Bot or whatever it was.
Well, they were saying things about Miss Elisha they shouldn't have said.
Yeah, I saw that. And on this side, you can't really see if like one of the moderators takes care of it. You can't see it on StreamYard. So I was just like, well, I'm assuming somebody got it, but I don't know. I didn't respond to them, but
Well, I don't know. She hasn't wrote
Haven't
yet.
seen her yet.
yeah, I know I was looking for it too.
Hi, Madison.
Hey, Madison.
Yeah, I apologize again to you. It wasn't on purpose. I was trying to eliminate that person for good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if like if you time someone out, like if you had timed them out and then blocked them, I'm not sure. But if you'd done that, then I don't know if that you can undo a timeout. You know what I mean? Like I think the timeout has to go for however long you set it.
Yeah. Maybe so.
Ken, did that work for T or no?
Yeah, we're all waiting to see.
Figured out.
There she is. There
Yay!
We'll get even someday. Awesome. Well,
Hey,
the
Yodi.
upside, Alicia, if I'm ever around you and somebody says something like that, they won't talk right probably for very long.
Yeah, I've seen it, and I was just like, okay. Like I didn't want them to even think that I read it. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy. It's just good lighting.
Thank you, Gramps.
Copied and shared the link. Thank you, Gramps. No, you don't have a wrench?
Uh-oh. It took a wrench?
Oh, it does. When you take them off today, yeah, the wrench goes away.
Okay.
That was nasty. You're right, Jersey Ray.
T, I just messed you all up, and you're just
Yeah.
trying to be in here and be sweet.
Yeah.
It was surely accident because I thought I clicked on the right person, and evidently I didn't.
Yeah, it happens. I've seen it a million times over the years on YouTube.
Hello, Mr. Chris Maybe Adventures.
Hey, maybe.
He said he wants a timeout.
Oh. Yeah, no, Nancy, it was definitely not anything like what you said.
No.
Yours is all good.
So let me hit you with this question. What is your, well, it's going to be a two-part question.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
What is your favorite relic find,
Okay.
and then what is your favorite find overall?
Well, you know that everybody does the cheesy. It's my favorite find is all of you on YouTube. All my friends I've made, which is actually true. Like I wouldn't have never dreamed that I would have made the friends and family that I have with this community. But my favorite relic find, no. I still get really excited anytime I find a Civil War bullet. I know that's a random answer, but they make me real excited. But I don't know.
Thank you, Chris.
That's a good question. I don't know. That's really hard. I should have been prepared for it more. I'm just sitting there like, I'm like racing my brain. Like, what have I found? What have I found? And then I haven't detected, like, I've only detected twice since the last hunt I went to because it's been so dry and so, like, the ground is, like, so bad, like, you can put your hand in the cracks and stuff like that. We finally got a little bit of rain, so I went detected today. So literally, the reason why I can't think is because all I can think about is what I found today. Because, what did that say? Hold on. Mark. But all I can think about is what I found today. I had an awesome day today. Like, I still don't even know what all I found. Like, I've got it with me. I brought it in here just in case. But, I don't know. All I can focus on is what I found then. I mean, it's not relic, but like I always talk about my trim. Like that really made me excited to find that little coin. But I just found my first large scent when I was hunting in Virginia, so that made me really excited.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't really know between the two, but I really wanted that large scent for a while. So when I found it, you know what I mean? Like I felt like I accomplished something, you know what I mean? I was like, yes, I finally got it. But I don't know.
Understandable.
Yeah. But then, yeah, so since I can't stop thinking about it before it gets too dark, which I got a light to turn on in here, but look, so I found bottles today. Like, okay, so I went to this house and I've hunted it. The first time I went, all I found was a spoon and a whole bunch of trash. Then I went back and hunted it and I found like a couple of lipstick tubes from the 40s and a couple other random stuff. But today I went under the porch. And so like the house is like halfway kind of torn down. So like I went under the house and like you could stand up. So like I was in their, you know, kitchen or whatever. And like I went underneath the house and like, oh my God, I had so much fun. Like, this is why I can't think of anything else because like I just kept finding stuff and kept finding stuff. So like I got that bottle and I got this bottle. And then, I mean, and they're both like, you know, cork top, you know, and then I got this bottle too that is old as well. And then, oh man, so I can get down here to it, but I'll probably be able to pull everything out.
Fine, so people have to watch the video, but that's
really I didn't record. I didn't record at all because there was this kid that came around. He's an older kid, but I don't really know how to. He's sweet guy, a sweet. I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to not say, but anyway, so he was over there. He came over from the neighbor's house. I seen him outside, and he had a metal detector. It's the first time I've seen somebody with a metal detector in the town that I live in. So I was excited, and I go over there. It was a Radio Shack metal detector. It was so old. I was like, oh my gosh! But then he like welcomed himself over to somebody else's property that I was on, and was over there, and I was like, oh gosh, and like, so I didn't want to record, you know what I mean? And I also didn't want it to be that, like, I was like, oh, this is so good because I didn't want him to go over there and like hunt after I left, you know what I mean? So like, I have no footage. I have like a couple of pictures. I'm going to do a video that I put like the stuff as a wrap up thing, but no, none of this is recorded. And it was one of my favorite days of relic hunting, treasure hunting, whatever that I've ever had. It was so much fun. Like, awesome. But there's just, yeah, there's so much stuff in here. Like, hopefully I can get in here and show you something good, but I got the Tarot, the Rain Guide right here.
Ooh, that's cool.
So that's some horse tack. And then there's a whole bunch of broken glass in this bucket. So we go to a different pocket because I have stuff in all of them. I'm trying to get in this main pocket, which like the little pocket on the outside. That's where the good stuff is. So I kept finding spoon bowls, like old, yeah, like, you know, I love finding a bunch of these, you know, like I've found a bunch of these anyway, but there was a whole bunch of the inserts to the mason top lids, mason jar lids. Keep digging down, I'll get something else good. Yeah, more of those, but there's an old spoon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it was such a fun day.
I love
Here's a handle off one that's like real old.
Yep.
And then This one's modern. Stainless steel, baby. Let's see what else. This is why I don't have an answer. Here's a buckle. It's so green and pretty, the patina on it.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
there's so much stuff up there.
Thanks for coming in, buddy.
I don't blame you. I'd be excited too.
Another spoon handle.
Wow.
Another, I mean, I guess it don't have to be spoons. It could be forks or, who knows what, but lots of handles, lots of, I'm trying to find the thing that y'all are going to laugh at me for being the most excited about, but I was so excited. It was something I never thought I'd find. I got a bunch of old buttons and stuff.
Oh,
I've got to do a video. Come on.
All right, Shannon. Thanks for coming in, and tell Kay happy birthday for us.
Yeah.
See you, Shannon. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't find one. I know what it. Okay, I got it finally.
I don't know if
But there's still way more stuff in there.
I don't
will
know.
just be standing there talking.
Who knows?
What's that?
I don't know if you and Risha will get any detecting done at that event, or if you'll just be standing there talking.
That's when I wear my headphone on one ear and off the other. I can talk and detect. I have a YouTube channel where I do it all the time.
Take care, Shannon.
Nice.
So I got this marble right here,
Yeah, that's awesome.
and then
The marble.
That's really cool.
I found this marble right here.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm so excited to show you this next thing.
Oh, those are cool.
I found my first clay marble, and I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah.
That one is old.
That's really cool.
You don't even know. I was on top of the world when I found this thing. I was ah!
That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
I don't blame you.
yeah, so I'm so excited over a clay marble. I never thought, I just never even dreamed that I would find one. I watch Buckle Boy find them all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang it.
Well, they're not very common, or not anymore anyway.
Yeah.
There's a place me and my dad go and hunt and fish and stuff, and whenever it rains, there's been an old dump, and you find pieces of glass, different colors, and we have a few clay marbles after rain washes the surface of the dirt off. We have found a few there, but that's the only place. Hi, Angie and Rick.
Hey, Angie.
That we have.
I don't know what this is. Somebody knows what it is and wants to identify it for me. It's probably nothing.
Like
What, a pump handle?
no.
No.
There goes my brain.
I've got your train of thought off, probably.
First, I thought it was part of a crank handle for an old Model T, but it may be part of a handle to take the burners off of the old wood stoves.
Oh.
Anybody in the chat knows what that piece is? Put in what you think it is.
Cool.
I got a ton of these files out of there.
That's awesome.
There's just so much random stuff though. I was so excited. And the thing is that I picked to go back there today because I got another permission from the same person, but where I'm going there, I've never hunted it, and there's a creek going both directions that I'm going to get into. And I was like, I'm not going to go there because I've got this live tonight. I don't want to be worn out. I was sweating my butt off underneath that house. I came in disgusting dirty, had an hour, just over an hour to get a shower and get ready. I was trying to share the link. I was oh, I overdid it. But I stayed till the last very second because I was having so much fun.
I don't blame you. Night, Rick. Oh, wow. That's
Yeah. I don't know what it is either.
That's well, it had a handle in it at one time.
Yeah, there's a fold there. Oh, let's see. And it's the way it's shaped, it's hand forged, you know what I mean? It's not, but I don't know what it is. Hold it up again. Is this the one you want me to hold up again? I was going kind of fast, sorry. Have you ever hunted in Maine? No, but it is a goal of mine to get up there. Closest I've been is New Hampshire, so I got close. And I definitely want to go back to New Hampshire again.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
That cracks me up. T will sit there and message Ken here instead of just hollering in the other room. Ken, look on there.
This is a really old silverware. Silverware sounds like Civil War. Some kind of handle to something. I don't know if it's a knife or what, but it's old.
Wow.
There's just so much stuff. Like I just kept on I was going forever. Maybe this scissors handle. I don't know. Not really sure, but maybe not because it's got a weird little loop there.
Huh.
I don't know what that is.
A little pair of pliers or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's
Yeah.
Huh. T said the other thing, the handle piece with the square end that I thought was a crank.
Oh. I forget where that's at. That's my hand. There was this. I don't know what this is. This leather strap thing. Like, I don't know. I got 2 pieces of it, whatever it is.
Maybe
But here's the thing. I'll try to show y'all as good as I can.
That right there, Ken. I think it's probably part of an old crank handle.
Oh.
I like hunting in New Hampshire. Oh gosh, what is happening in chat right now?
Yeah, Ken says a crank handle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. There was so much random stuff down there, though. You know what I mean? Like, and definitely
Cool.
over many years. Like, some of it was old and some of it was a little bit newer. But a bunch of it was old.
Have you ever heard of a hit and miss motor?
No.
Well,
only 40.
I just asked her if she'd heard of one. A lot of those, some of them had like a little foot lever. You push your foot to turn it to get it to start. Part of an old lock.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
that's neat.
And some of them you had to crank with your hand to turn over like an old Model T or something. I don't.
Hey, cool.
But a hit and miss motor, it don't hit every time it goes around. It'll go around and not hit.
I've heard of that.
Pop, pop, pop. And they use those on washing machines and things like that. So it could have been used. Ken said maybe an automobile crank. It could have been used on a car. It could have been used on a hit and miss motor. Just because she's a youngin' don't mean she don't know stuff, dear. Your knowledge of antiques, a lot of that has to do with the people you hang around.
Yeah.
Go to auctions with my dad and mom, and after listening to my grandpa and my dad tell me what things were, I'd see some old timers up there looking at something. What's this? Oh, I don't know. And I'd tell them what it was. Well, how do you know? I said, I heard my grandpa say what it was.
Yeah.
And I was just taught. I know what a punk is too, and it's walking around in here. So if you make it to Wisconsin, there's a chance of a call trip. Have you ever seen a call trip?
The chance of a what?
A call trip. It's a Civil War.
Yeah, I have seen those. I mean, not in real life, but I've seen them like on YouTube videos. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are really cool to find.
Yeah.
Finally, that was a bucket lister for me, and I found some this year up there in Wisconsin. And I wanted to pickaroon. It's what the loggers would use. It's got a handle like an axe, and it's got like a bird beak where they'd hit the logs and they could pull them or turn them or whatever they needed to do in the water with them. And I found some of those. That's something I tried to do last year, bucket lister. I still haven't found my grape shot or cannonball, but maybe next year.
Me either.
But it surprises me as many call trips as are found in the water, why somebody detecting hasn't found one yet.
Yeah.
Unless they just rode away, you know.
Yeah. I'm the world's worst about throwing stuff like that I found away. I've got buckets full of metal that I'm thinking about going live and just asking, like, does anybody know what this is? Does anybody know what this is? Does anybody know what this is? And just going through it. And then, like, once I figure out stuff, like, whatever's left that I still don't know, if there's, like, if I'm thinking this might actually be something, I might put a video together or something and just be like, does anybody know what any of this stuff is before I scrap it or give it away? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I have that fear. Like I hear so many people tell me like, "Oh, I found one of these once, but I didn't know what it was, and I threw it away." And I don't want to be that person. I don't. I don't want to be like, "Oh, I did have one, but I don't have it anymore."
Yeah.
So like,
Well,
you know,
when I was telling you about Shane coming down here and detecting with us, I go over to video my dad's finds, and he's got stuff on the tailgate in his scrap pile. So just as I get the camera on, I'm like, yeah, and here's some of what Dad found. I had to erase the footage of some of it because Shane was jumping and screaming and hollering and saying things I couldn't keep on the video.
yeah,
This guy's lost his mind. And my dad had dug a Civil War naval, what was it? I think it was from Maine, a naval officer's button.
mm,
Only two of them ever made. One was non-gold gilded, and the one my dad found, which was the rare one, was gold gilded. And Shane's bouncing around because I didn't know what he pulled out there. My dad just thought it was a piece of trash. And if Shane hadn't been there, most likely that would have went in the trash. And he's like, "Look at this button." Then I started freaking out when I finally realized what it was. But yeah, Dad just had it in his trash pile. He said, "I just thought it was a piece of trash."
oh yeah, yeah. I go to these group hunt events and stuff, like especially the ones that are relic hunts and stuff, and they'll have buckets set out where you put your trash. And like I go check them because sometimes people throw their stuff away and they don't. I'm a treasure hunter. Come on, but yeah, I found stuff that people throw away. I'm like, did y'all know what this was? Like, hey, Papa. I don't know.
Yeah.
I still thought back to what my favorite relic is, and I can't. It's hard for me to pick one. You know what I mean? Like there was one of my. I think one of my coolest finds has like a little bit of a story to it, but I found it here. Um, I found this thing and it was the top to it. And then I wish I had it with me so I could show it to you. But then it was 8 months later and 80 feet away from it, I found the other piece to it. So it's this academic award, and it's got like a little Liberty Bell that hangs from it, and it's from 1876. And it took me 8 months and 80 feet of distance apart to find both pieces, but I found the whole thing. So I really like that one.
I was looking. I know I screenshotted it somewhere, but I showed this on my last live that I had.
Oh yeah, that's a bucket list for me. Patty found one. I don't know if she's in here or not, but Patty Disher found one of those. I was like, hey.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was for sure until until the live the other night. They were telling me that was off. I think they said a Confederate. Part of a strap for a horse, a breastplate or whatever.
Yeah, the bridle rosette, I believe, from Civil War. Yeah.
So I got it. You know, that's one of them things you find and you're not sure. So I got to get excited about it 6 months after I found it, a year after I found it.
Yeah.
I was trying to look for what I consider my favorite relic that I found. I'm talking about my favorite relic, metal detecting. And I didn't know what it was. And T has a friend that finally discovered what it was. Now, here's another relic I found. I call it a relic. I found this in Wisconsin last year, and it is a bale seal.
Oh.
GW on it.
Yeah.
And any research I try to look up a GW bale seal, all says George Washington.
That's awesome.
Which there's no way to prove that was
right
Washington, but the area I found it, there's a lot of trade for 200 plus years been done there. Now this looks better now because Risha cleaned it, but this is my Civil War button I found in our backyard.
Yeah.
I found that in the back.
Yeah, my first button ever was a 2-piece Eagle button, Civil War button that I found here in the yard too.
And then the other piece I showed you of the heart, I found at the house catty corner from us. It's half a mile away. That's 2 Civil War pieces that close. And I was telling you about the gold rings I found. That was the first piece I found. So I'm trying to find that piece, which she's cleaned on this piece, and it looks better now. But to me, this is my favorite relic find metal detecting. It's got 3 angels and a baby. And come to find out, that come off of the late 1800s, come off of a child's coffin, or was made for a child's coffin.
Oh, wow.
But I found it in about 4 inches of dirt. And the area I found it floods really bad. And it was on church ground, property the church owns. And I asked the guy I got permission from, what? Tagging broski. Hi, Jay Paul. Hi, Hunter. Hello, Mark. I told him about it because I thought, well, if the father had any idea where it came from, I would give it back so we could try to return it where it came from. And he said that thing floods, and he said that water gets up 6 or 8 feet deep there. He said so there's no telling how many miles to travel to get to where it was.
Yeah.
But for me, that's probably my favorite relic detecting. I mean, I've found some really cool stuff. Risha and I've talked about it. Just can't believe some of the stuff we've dug out of the ground,
Yeah.
But for me, that one stands out as my favorite relic.
Yeah. I just have so many like random things that it's hard to pick. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I still have like a ton of bucket listers though left to find. Like, and then I do a thing like every year. Like I'm doing this. Well, this is I guess the second year of doing it, but where I have a bucket list item of the year, and if I find it, then I'm doing like some kind of giveaway for the fact that I found it. And I haven't found it this year. But this year I'm looking for a skeleton key. Last year I was looking for an Indian head penny, but the Indian head penny, I didn't find it in that year. I found it 2 months later. So hopefully I find the skeleton key a little quicker.
Well, I've got a penny on my bucket list, and it's 1909 Wheatie. I found a 1909 IHP, but I haven't found a 1909 Wheatie.
I think I found the 1909 Wheatie, but it didn't have the whatever it is. Yeah, whatever the one that makes it worth all kinds of money, it didn't have that on it. But
yeah,
for the longest time, my oldest one was 1914, and then I finally found that 1909. But my oldest, wait, I forgot what year my large cent is now. I don't remember, but I could be wrong. I could be telling you a lie right now. But it's about to be in my next video, so you'll see. But I think my oldest coin then is my Trime, which is anywhere but, yeah, VDB. That's what I was thinking, but couldn't remember if that was what's on all of them or if that was the one that was what was missing. But yeah, my Trime is between 1851 and 1853 based on what markings are on it. But either that's my oldest one or my large cent, but I don't remember what the large cent year was.
Yeah, my oldest coin is 1880, and it was IHP.
I found a fatty IHP. Found that up in New Hampshire.
We want to go out towards Wicked Digger and Silver Assassin and all them guys.
Go back up there.
That would be awesome. I've been trying to get permission at this one place where there was 2 Civil War battles fought.
Oh wow.
The owner of the land, I talked to his son, and he's one of those that's entitled.
Oh.
So he's like, oh, probably not. But, you know, if I could talk to his dad, I might get permission. And then I know another place where there was over 1,600 soldiers camped during the Civil War, not too far from us. And I'm trying to find out who owns that property because there's a creek that runs through there, and they were supposed to camp there for quite some time.
Oh yeah.
If I could get permission for that, you know, any bullets or anything like that should be drops.
Yeah.
There, because it wouldn't be from a battle.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a bullet that I found in the creek like that. That, like, when I found it, I could just picture like the soldier like crossing the creek. Like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean, and dropping it. Like, I mean, I know like in some situations you'd think like, maybe they're just down there getting them some water, that kind of situation. But where I was at was a battlefield, and it was dropped in the creek. And like the way the ridges were, I was like just picturing the soldier like, you know, like walking across, like trying to go up to fight with the other ones. And I don't know, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I want to find a real too.
Yeah.
That's
Me
something
too.
I never find, but you never know where they're going to travel. Just like us, we find that Civil War button in our yard. Why is it here? Or that Civil War breast off of that horse tack or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was that there, but we've got like 3/4 of a mile of railroad track right along our property. So did a couple soldiers come walking through here to hop on the train to go wherever? Found that when I got the permission. There was an old train depot in that town, and there was people living there in the early 1900s or 1800s. I think our town was founded in like 1860 something, which is one of the older towns around here. And then the one where we got permissions around 1840 or 1850. So I don't know how many years this train's tracks run along our property here.
Oh wow.
So we live up on a hill. Did they stop the train, come up here and camp for a night? You know, there's no way of ever knowing. I wish when you found an item, all of a sudden a little movie screen would come up and the history of that piece would reveal itself.
Are there any bridges like on the train tracks, like anywhere near you? Or no? I just, with all the research that I've done, because that's one thing I love to do is like a bunch of research that I've, you know, never even thought about this until after I was in metal detecting, but found out about them, you know, like destroying the bridges. And so they'd have to rebuild the bridges in order to get their supplies back across and stuff like that. So they'd be out there around and keep it, you know what I mean, stuff like that around train tracks because they had to rebuild them so that they get through.
Well, there's they're not really bridges, but there's like little tunnels under the tracks along here that's concrete, and those were built like 1912, 1918. So were those there originally, or was there tracks before that? I don't know. The town we live in, there is 2 train bridges. One of them goes over a creek, but you can't get there. I mean, it's this company owns the property, and you're not allowed to trespass. So.
Oh yeah.
That's cool, Danny Boy. March 1797. Found with a bounty hunter in freshwater.
That's cool. I do got to get I tried getting hold of, I done forgot his name. The repair guy for Nocta, Andy O'Neill.
Mm-hmm.
I messaged him like a week or so ago, and he's not ever even looked at the message. But I got the pulse dive, and I guess it didn't. Hi, buddy. I guess it didn't have the thing tight or something, and it got some water in it. We dried it out. Good, but when you turn it on, it sits there, beeps. And it's only the second time I used it, and the first time I found, I think, quarter.
Did you just message him, or did you fill out a claim thing? You know.
I just messaged him.
Okay. I'll see if I can find out something too, and then if not, like I'll see if I can't just send you the paperwork. I mean, it's not paperwork; it's online, but you know what I mean, the form to fill out to get it started.
That'd be great.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, because I had to do that for B Higgles as well because he had issue. Like I don't remember if he tightened it too much or whatever, but it busted or something down the side. It was like only the second time he had used it. I was like, no. I was like, here, hold on. And so I think I sent him the form too as well. So I
Yeah,
think I
that
need
was
to send you
the
the
second
form.
time I used it, but I don't know if I didn't get the lid tight enough, or I don't know, because I know
Yeah.
first time I used it, I was underwater for like 2-3 hours with it. I got to snorkel and have fun. It was fine. And the second time I get under there and it's beeping, and I go to move, and it's beeping everywhere. And I get out of water and it's still beeping, and I pull the cap off and some water come out from inside of it. And I'm like,
I don't know. Yeah, it's
because
not
I
good.
was having fun with that thing.
No. Yeah, my goal is to be able to get either the blue Nemo or the blue, what's the other thing it's called? I forgot what the newer one is. There's a Nemo and there's but it's the tankless diving thing that that floats in the water that
Yeah.
the cheaper version is like I don't know, like $1,500 or something like that. I don't remember. And then like the I can't remember what the new one is. But anyways, it's like 2,500 or something like that. I'm like, ah. But eventually, that is a goal of mine. But I dropped it. Sorry, I was trying to say I saw my name on the chat and then I dropped my phone. But yeah, I want to do that. Like, I mean, my detectors are, waterproof to 16 feet down, whatever stuff like that. So I just want to get out and try that. But then I want to pull stuff, I'm sure too. You know what I mean? Once I get, if I ever get that. But
Thanks for coming in.
night, Jersey Ray.
That's awesome. Workman's 8 hotels, early 1800s or late 1800s, early 1900s. Well, there's a park here in the town we live in. When I was a kid, there was a hotel there that was built back in the 1800s that caught on fire. And they had us kids down there throwing rocks to break the glass out so they could spray the water hoses through. But it was too far gone and they tore it down. And after we got into detecting, we went down there and didn't find nothing old. It was all new.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if I'd have been in detect, of course, like I say, I was a kid. I was probably 12 years old. So if I'd have been in detecting back then, there's no telling what I would have found around it.
No, you never know. Yeah, I'm excited. So the place where I went and was under the floors over there. I can't figure out, like, if I go out tomorrow, I'm like, do I want to go back there? Because I think I kind of do. But then I also have the new permission that's from the same person. I know, right? You'll see. You'll understand why I got this name Hot Mess. Like, I earned it well before YouTube. But I kind of want to go to the other place that's also his property because it has like an old foundation and there's this creek that I've just every time I drive by it, I'm like, I want to get in there. You know what I mean? Like, magnet or detecting or anything. It's not a huge creek, especially in that part of the property. But I'm thinking when it's so hot and dry, that's the perfect place to be. Is in the water. But then I found out, like, so I had this big long talk. Like, this was not my first time talking to him, but like I got to talk to him more about what I'd found and different stuff like that the second time. So then I found out that on his property, like actually where he lives, there's like a cemetery. It's got like graves from like 1700s and 1800s in it, which is way old for like early 1800s, which is really old for our town. We weren't established then, but that area I have to wait till winter because it's too overgrown, grown up. He was like, I don't want you out there, you know what I mean, like right now with it. But I mean, I get it because a lot of my places I can't hunt because they're like so grown up with poison ivy. They're like you can't cut through the brush to find anything. So the Nemos are so amazing. Yeah, I know I want one so bad. But I can't wait to go over there. Like, we had a big old long talk and he's got me all excited and pumped up about that. But then I found all that treasure today at the place that I thought was going to be my easy hunt spot. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, you have a good problem,
Yeah.
Excited and not knowing which place to go to.
Yeah.
We acquired a permission at this Catholic church. The original church was built in about 1850 50 AT-55, which it moved a little ways, and then they built the one that's there now, was still built in early 1900.
John.
And hey, John, they've got, there's a plot of land, a creek, the land where the church itself is, a road, and more land. So they've probably got 25, 30 acres all together there.
Mhm.
I got permission on. One of it is where I found the thing I showed you, my favorite relic.
Yeah.
And I want to go back there one day, and Reese is like, I don't want to go because it's there is a lot of trash there. I mean, there's no doubt about it, there's a lot of trash. I said, well, you never know. There might be silver or gold there. And she's like, yeah, right. I still give her a hard time because I'd done a belt buckle that was sterling silver, and it had rose gold and regular gold and silver buckle. That's all stamped on it. I said, see, I told you. Yeah. So you never know, but we found some Wheaties there. I know there's got to be some good stuff there. It's just digging through the trash because, like I said, it floods really bad. So we dig hundreds of aluminum cans because a lot of times those sound like a really good silver, but yeah, you did over there, punk. My lunch.
Just trying to find something. I was going to show you. I don't know where it is. Maybe not.
Well, where I work, I've been there. September will be 34 years. And the position I'm in right now, I've been in that position almost 5 years. And I'd been there, out of that 5 years, I'd never worked a Saturday till these last 2.
Oh, wow.
And we've been wanting to go to this beach that's about an hour or so away from us. But I'm having to work every Saturday. We can't go. But our beaches here are on lakes. It's not like we're out next to the ocean, you know.
Yeah.
These are man-made beaches. But last Sunday would have been good if we would have known it was going to rain. We could have went down there in the rain and wouldn't have been nobody on the beach. And I would rather do a beach when there's nobody there. I don't want to do a beach when there's a bunch of people there.
Mm-hmm. Well, the only beaches that are like good beaches like that here in Kentucky, they're all state parks now. So I'm like, dang it, you know. I got one place where I go. It's got kind of a little swim area, but like it's not great. You know what I mean? And it's not sandy. It's silty and muddy. You know what I mean? It's not.
You can't do the beaches on the state parks.
So there's different rules and stuff for different ones. I'm not sure. Like I haven't even checked into them, but a lot of them have weird rules. Like, so like in Indiana, I'll know for sure. Like we went to one that said you couldn't go until the day after Labor Day, and so we came down the day after Labor Day, and then it was you're only allowed on the sand, not in the water. And so there was never a chance. You could never detect in the water. You could only detect in the sand. And I was like, oh man, you know what I mean? So I don't know if it's the same way like that here, but I don't know. I've had weird, like it's been different. Like some state parks I've been to, like they're like, yeah, you can metal detect, but you have to use a screwdriver to get it out. And I'm like, what? The ground is concrete. I can't get it out with a screwdriver. Like,
yeah. Well, here in Missouri, there's certain state parks you can metal detect, but you have to get a permit. The permit is free. Basically, you just go online and you file for the permit. They want your name and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they send you a thing through your email so you have a copy of the permit in case you can stop. but not all state parks. I mean, some
Yeah.
of the better state parks you
Well,
cannot
like I've got a year permit for one in Pennsylvania where I did that. Like that was the one that had a screwdriver though. So I was like, I'm not going back, but I don't know. Like I just haven't checked to see what what it is.
Yeah, that's the way these are here. You got to get a new one every year.
Yeah.
So we got ours last year, and we went to one park that was close to us. Didn't find much. I mean, there was like an old baseball field there, and I thought, man, this is going to be awesome. But
Yeah.
and it was hot, and we just wasn't finding much, and we didn't go back.
No.
Most of the state parks that would probably be good are like a 3 to 4 hour drive away for us. And by the time you drive that far to detect for 4 or 5 hours or 6 and then drive home, you're pretty tired.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I found a couple of pictures. This was the eagle button I found here in my yard, which was my first button I ever found ever.
Wow. That's nice.
Think it. And then I was good. That thing I was telling you about that I found. Oh, I don't have a good picture where I'm at right now, but so I could show you the two pieces, and then I don't have the one. I'm looking in messages I sent to somebody, so this wasn't a good spot. But so, anyways, this was the thing that I found at first, like so weird, but it goes on like your letter jacket or lapel or whatever. But it was like an academic award, and then 8 months later, I found the bell that hangs underneath it. It was from 1867.
That's really
So,
cool.
I don't have my picture of what it looks like together, but I've got this one that I found online somewhere. I have mine, but these are examples of the one. I can't remember. I didn't look hard enough to see which one was the one that I found, but 8 months apart and 80 feet apart, so I can complete it.
Yeah, you just never know.
Hey, Ed.
Hi, Ed. We've been on here, Miss Elisha, almost 2 hours. We'll probably get off of here, and I want to thank you again for coming up. And
well, thank you for letting me come up. Thank you for letting me share that GoFundMe. Cliff from Relic Rat was just messaging me saying, I missed your show. He was out detecting too. But he said, I missed it. And I was like, it's still going on. I don't know if he got to make it or not. I think he said he was looking for the link, but I can't remember if I sent him the link earlier. I thought I did. I'm not sure. But he can check the replay out, but I guess. But
you are welcome up anytime.
Yeah.
If
thank you. I had fun.
if you have something new come out you want to share, just or say you're welcome anytime.
Yep.
Or if we're in here yakking and you want to come up,
Yeah.
send me a message or put it in chat and I'll drop the link. And
Yeah.
you're always
Also,
welcome.
one thing I didn't share that I had, the only thing that I thought, like pre-thought that I might say something about, I wanted to say something to you all and to the people that are watching in chat. So I owe my current YouTube channel standing, I don't know how to say this. I owe my detecting, whatever, all that to Iron Antler Adventures, because I started out as a fishing channel. So I was just fishing. However, I watched a little bit of like magnet fishing, stuff like that on the side, stuff like that. But when I came into Iron Antler Adventures, that's where I found Brockton and Jersey Ray. Jersey Ray was the first metal detecting channel I watched. Brockton was the one who introduced me to juice and the nut jobs and all that stuff. Then I started like growing whatever. Okay, wait, I'd like to have a magnet. I'd like to try that out. Oh, Rusty Magnet sent me their old Rusty Magnet, so I get to experience that. Okay, wait, now I'm in the metal detecting community. Oh, I have this detector that didn't work the first time I used it, but maybe I could pull it out. Like, I would love to try that out and check it out. Okay, well, now I'm using this crappy metal detector. Oh, I found a piece of jewelry with it. Wait, no, I need to get a better one. I got the Simplex. Oh, okay, now I'm actually going live. I'm doing a channel, blah, 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 whatever. Now I'm in the Nomad. I'm just saying, Like it all started and stemmed from me coming into Iron Antler Adventures chat
That's
and finding the community that way. So like there has to be a thank you put out there for you for
Great.
getting me introduced
Well,
into the community that
if I remember correctly, some of your first comments were you were using a magnet off of a radio speaker
Yeah.
to try
Yep.
find stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. So I came in here and like I'd watched, I can't remember what his name is, like Dalium D or something like that. Is that what his name is now? He does some metal detecting on his channel too. But all I'd ever watched him do was magnet fish. But anyways, I'd watch him do it and I was like, I want to do that. I want to try it out. Well, I didn't have no magnet and I didn't have any cash to get one, but I had speaker magnets. And so I came in here and I was in the chat for a couple times and then I finally speak up because Benny's in there and everything. And I was like, hey, would it work if I just tied a rope onto one of these speaker magnets out here and threw that out there? And I thought that people were going to like make fun of me, roll their eyes, be like, oh my gosh. But everybody was so nice. And they were like, yeah, that would work. You could just throw that out there and you'll bring something in. You might not bring as heavy of an object in, but you'll still find stuff. And I was like, that's so cool that they're not like shaming me or shunning me or looking down on me or, you know, and that they were all so supportive about it. So then I went to go to get my magnets that I'd stored them at my dad's, like in his building. And I went to go get them and they were gone. He had thrown them away. He thought it was trash. I stored them in a trash bag. So anyway, they got thrown away. And so I came into chat and I was like, well, I didn't get to use my speaker magnet. I was so excited to go try it out, but I don't have it. And that's when Clay and Jen stepped up and they said, give me your address. I'll send you one of our old rusty magnets. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was scared to use it for a while because I was afraid, like, what if it gets stuck and then I'll lose the magnet that they gave me? But then I finally got over that and used it. And I did get it stuck on the side of the dock, but I got it off. So it was fun. Jody here was one of the people that I contacted. I was like, how do I get this thing off here?
Well, we love you too, Loretta. We love each and every one of you guys.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I said. We want to build our channel, but we want to help other people grow, and we want to help people as much as possible. If we can answer a question, we'll do our best to answer a question. I have people all the time asking me advice on a detector, what detector to get. We use Mind Lab. We love our Mind Lab, but
we're not going to knock any
we don't knock anybody. We also tell them that Nocta makes some great detectors.
They do.
But if they have a Nocta question, hey, Relic Rat.
Hey,
Relic Rat, there's Cliff.
Thank you for
they
coming
have a
in.
Nocta question. We have to tell them to ask someone that uses Nocta.
Yes. I mean, we try to help as much as possible.
Right.
But you know, we can send them to you or to Shane, or we try to direct them to somebody that, or Chris, or Brian that can answer their question, because I'm not going to give them misinformation I don't know about.
Juice uses one.
I think Juice is using the Deus too now.
Oh,
yeah, he's switched again.
Okay.
But like for me, I always recommended Nocta because Nocta is what I've used, what I've loved it. You know what I mean? Like it's always, they've been good to me. It's been a good machine. Like it holds its ground with anybody else that I'm out there detecting with, you know. And so like I recommended it well before I was a nomad. You know what I mean? The people were like, "Oh, you have to recommend it because," I'm like, "No, you don't understand. I always did, even before that. But even before and now, I don't knock anybody for whatever detector they use. You know what I mean? Like the best detector out there is the detector that you know. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter to me. Like, and I'll always know my Simplex Plus. Like that thing, I had so much time with that machine, and like the one time, you know, that the Legend had like a freak accident and had a issue. I had to go back to that, and like for a minute, I was like, "Oh wait, I got to think." But this all came right back to me. And I was like, "I knew this machine like the back of my hand." You know what I mean? Like we were one. But yeah, so I just think whatever you know.
Yeah, I always say the best machine is one you have fun with and find stuff with.
Yeah.
You know, when we got our first detector, the closest dealer to us is about 35 miles away. And I went in and told him I need an idiot-proof detector because I didn't know nothing about all the settings. And he recommended the Mind Lab Vanquish 540, and that's a great machine. But I've been watching some comparisons of machines, and now you have the Mine Lab. What is it called? The newest one out, the cheaper
The
Era Pro Plus,
Elite, I think it's Elite.
and the triple score were compared against another detector that's a really high dollar detector, and the Manicore, and the Elite and the triple score were hitting stuff almost as good as the Manicore and better than the other high dollar detector.
Yeah.
So they're making better and better detectors all the time for less money.
Yeah.
And I would
I
like to.
can't wait to try out the triple score. I've heard
Yeah.
such good stuff about it, and the double score is awesome. Like I used it when I didn't have I used Chris's when I was up there, and I was like, wow, this is a good machine. You know what I mean? And now the triple score is even better. Like I can't wait to see what that relic mode is all about. Like it's the other one doesn't have that at all, but I'm really excited about getting it. And yeah, they are making good machines for more bang for your buck.
Yeah. When we got our Manicores, there was a few people, oh, you should have got a Deus 2, you should have got a Deus 2. I like the tones of the Mind Lab have, and that's one thing that I like about the Mind Lab is the tones for me.
Yeah.
She changes hers up and they sound different, but the factory tones, I like those tones myself.
Yeah.
And they kept telling me I needed the Deus 2. I said, well, send me one and I'll try it.
There you go.
But yeah, I would love to try a triple score, and maybe at the yeah, she says I'll try them all, but I'll send them. But maybe the event in March. I'm sure you'll have more than one detector with you. Maybe we can try it out.
Yeah, I'll let you use it. That's what I was telling Shane the other day when he was live. I was like, hey, I got, extra machine. I was like, you want to try out the triple score, like you can use it. I don't have it yet though, but for now, if we were hunting before that, he could use the double score. But
yeah.
Yeah. They're good. They're fun. I mean, they find great stuff. And I'm excited because my ground is finally starting to cooperate to where I can get the shovel in there. We just need some more. We need more rain to keep it up. I mean, we're not good yet. Like it's definitely cracked. The grass is still brown. It's not quite as brittle as it was, but it was so good to be able to get out and detect the past couple of days again.
Yeah, we got that way for like 3 weeks. I mean, it was just powder, so dry. And then we've been lucky and we've got several rains. So our ground's, mosquitoes, but the ground's good and moist now, so we can go. I got the Manicore because everyone was telling me the D2 and gold. I did. It's a beast.
Thank you, real quick.
Like about because I looked at the Deus 2 and the Manicore before I bought one. The thing I didn't like about the Deus 2, you got to plug in 2 different things. You got to plug in the coil, you got to plug in the other thing. And I saw a guy, he commented that he thought that he had it charging and he drove like 2 hours to detect.
Oh no.
The coil didn't charge. So
yeah, that like I mean, like I said, I don't talk bad about anything, but like me personally, I'm glad I don't have to, charge 3 different things. That you know what I mean? Like I'm like, it's intimidating to me to think about that.
But we will never put down anybody's detector, like the kid with the Radio Shack detector. He's out there having fun and finding stuff. That's what it's about.
Yeah, I've never seen one in real life, so I was like, hey, I was like, well, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know where Dennis is at, Relic Rat. Sometimes he's in here, sometimes he's not. But I think we will get off here, and thank you once again, Elisha, for coming up. We do appreciate it.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait to meet you. We're going to see what we can do about getting in on that.
Sorry, I jump around.
You're fine.
She's hyper. Punk. But we can't wait to detect with you. And like I said, you're welcome You're welcome.
Me
up here.
either.
Can't wait to meet you.
Yes.
Thank you. Me too. I feel the same way. Yeah, and so check out Relic Rat. Like I said, next Friday the video with Ashley, I believe, will be coming out then. And thank you for anybody that helped out with that with the GoFundMe and sharing it in any which way and all the thoughts and prayers and like I said, thank you, Beard and Beauty, for letting me come up here and tell people about it.
You're welcome anytime. I'm
Thank
going to
you
go
for
check
coming.
out some of Relic Rat's videos right
Yeah.
after this to make sure my subscription sticks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I love
anybody
Relic Rat's videos.
subscribe to each other, make sure you subscribe to each other and help support each other.
Yeah.
Have a great night, everyone. We love each and every one of you. We will be back next week is the plan. Unless this punk gets upset and does something. I don't know. Hopefully I don't work Saturday and we can get out and do some detecting. Much love. Have a blessed night. See